Hi, it's me, Rebecca. Um, I just want to talk about something that I think is kind of serious. If you don't want to be sad and you don't want to see me maybe emotionally break down, and you already heard a lot of Amanda Todd stuff, then just yuck. There. It's up there. So, I didn't. Okay. First of all, I'll start with I kept seeing all these posts on my Facebook about R.I.P Amanda Todd and all this bullying stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, not another bullying. I don't need another see a whole bunch of more Facebook statuses about how someone has killed themselves. Like it hurts a lot inside. Um, so I noticed them and I looked into it, and someone posted a link to her video and everything, and I can say the fact that I've seen videos like this before, and at the end they get like better. Like the person's like, but I'm stronger and I'm not gonna fall to their level, and the fact that this person didn't is depressing. Like it's sad like that people can push someone that far down until they don't feel like they can live anymore. Um I didn't cry, but I feel like I'm going to, so I'm sorry. Um it's just depressing that things like this have to happen to people who don't deserve it and have never deserved it in their entire life, ever. Um, I feel bad that I didn't know this person, because this person lives in my neighborhood. Not really neighborhood, but not far. Not like hours and hours away from where I live. Not very far. And it's like, I'm the kind of person who goes and finds the people who look the most sad and talk to them, because maybe they needed that in their day. Someone to call them beautiful, someone to say they're great. And I strive to do that to people because no one ever did that to me. And I needed it sometimes. So I thought a lot of people hold up cards to show their story. I thought I'd just talk about it, and you can see how emotional I get. I don't need depressing music, even though that always helps, to show how I feel. I will just tell you because words are everything to me. So, I grew up in a great, loving family. Like, I couldn't ask for a better mom and a better dad. Like, my dad is my best friend, and I look up to my mom. And in grade 5, um, I thought everything was perfect. Up until grade 5, I thought my life was perfect. Like, you're supposed to think when you're a kid, you're supposed to figure out who you are, and everything's perfect. And nothing can go wrong in your life, because you're a kid. Um, I had to grow up way too fast, because my parents split up in the summer of grade 5, and it devastated me and my brother. My brother's older than me by almost 2 years, so he's 19. Um, it tore me apart, and the fact that nobody ever fought in front of us, that nobody in my family fought. Sorry. It was just like one day my dad's leaving, and it was such a long time ago, but it hurts. So I moved in with my mom and my stepdad in grade 6, and it was really fast. Everything was moving so fast, and my mom got married, and everything was new, and I had to move to a different school and leave all my friends. And I don't know what I did, but everybody made fun of me, and I didn't know what to do because I was so unstable. I would just cry for no reason in the middle of class. And it used to freak people out, I guess. Maybe they just thought I was immature. But nobody knows what goes on in your life. So I got teased and made fun of, and all I could do was cry. Because I've never had to deal with bullies in my life. I'm so fortunate that I didn't have to deal with them till I was like almost out of elementary school. I had like little things in kindergarten, but whatever. It never broke me. And they would say things like, your dad doesn't love you anymore. And I knew it wasn't true. But it hurt. Because my dad wasn't there to tell me he loves me every single day. And I'm so used to that because I'm a daddy's girl. My dad is my best friend. So the same year, everything's happening. I go home and I consulted my cat because that's what kids do, and that's what I still do, is I go and I talk to my animals about what's going on in my life. And I would talk to my cat Lucas every day. And that's what made me kind of chill whenever I got home, would be my cat. And I'd come home at lunch and I'd hang out with my cat. And one day I came home and he wasn't there at lunch, and I was concerned, and my stepdad's like, don't worry, he's just outside. I was like, okay. And when I came home from school, my mom told me that he died. He got hit by a car. And I was devastated because that was all I had left when my parents were still together. And it hurt to not have him around anymore. And I went to school a little while later, like after, like a couple days, and my so-called friends would tell me that they saw my cat got hit, and that he was still alive when he died, and that he was still alive when he got hit by a car. Like, who tells that to someone? So everything just goes by, and I'm going into grade 7, still teased, and I'm so sad. Because everything in my life fell apart at once, and I didn't know how to fix it. And things started getting better when I got my first real boyfriend. I mean, when does that not get better? And I had a crush on him ever since I was 7 years old. So it was kind of a huge thing for me. And then things were horrible in grade 8 and 9. I was non-stop teased, and I felt like crying every single day. I would like write poems all the time. Nothing I could ever write could be happy. Ever. No matter how hard I tried, all my pictures looked sad. And that kind of says a lot for someone so young who can't draw a rainbow without it looking depressing. So, yeah, and then I moved in with my dad in grade 10. And everything got a lot better. I got a boyfriend again. And I was with him for almost a year and a half. And it's kind of not long, but in my age, it was long. I was 16, and 15 and 16, like, it's a long time for me. And he was so important to me, and then he broke up with me, and I was so depressed. I stopped eating. Not that I wanted to starve myself, but I couldn't eat. Every time I looked at food, I felt sick. And I didn't know what to do. And we started talking again, and we went out again, and everything was crappy. And then we broke up again. And I was so sad, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. I know people have it way worse than I do, and I'm so fortunate for the people in my life. But for quite a while, I didn't want to live anymore. The only thing that kept me going were my trips to Bible camp in the summer to see all my friends that I knew would never judge me and always love me. And now I'm in grade 12 and I'm back where it all began. I'm back at the school where I feel like everyone hates me. I mean, it's a lot better this year because people mature, but I still feel like an outsider and it's hard. I feel like my friends replaced me, and I know they love me, but it hurts. And I wish people were there to tell me things will get better. And I'm glad I have that now. But I didn't in grade 6, in grade 7, in grade 8, in grade 9. There was no one there who could tell I was so upset. It's not their fault. I hid it pretty well. I went to counselors in grade 8, and then my counselor left the school, and I didn't want to go see another one, ever. Because I didn't want to have to explain my life to everyone else. So, I'm in grade 12 now, and things are better, and I want people to know who are getting bullied that there's always someone there who loves you. No matter if they're right in front of you or if they're just hiding. Someone loves you. And I may not know you directly, but I know everyone goes through crap in their life. And I don't want anyone to let the things that happen to them now dictate the rest of their life. Because life is something you don't get back. You don't come back. So don't play stupid. Don't play to get ruined. And don't play to ruin other people. Because that stuff hurts. And you realize it when you're older. And someone you bullied dies and commits suicide. And you realize how crappy of a person you were. It's gonna hurt you. And you know what? That's probably gonna haunt you. And everything comes back to bite you. So don't do things that you wouldn't want done to you, and it's so petty. I just want everyone to keep that in mind and to stay strong no matter what's going on in your life, because you are beautiful and you are perfect. And one day someone's gonna show up in your life and is gonna tell you how perfect you are. I would know I have the perfect boyfriend. Who knows? We may not last, but I've gone through stuff to know I'm never gonna let a guy have that much control over me that happened with my ex-boyfriend. Never. Nobody should have that. And everyone should have love. And I sound like a hippie. But it's true. So, sorry I got all emotional, but I want everyone to know that everyone needs to grow up. That what you say hurts. So cut it out. Bye.